All right, well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Well, it looks like Donald Trump has won again. Won what, you might ask? Well, I'm sure you saw the title. Ford is moving back to Ohio from Mexico. You remember them 35% tariff charges that taxes that Donald Trump said he was going to put on Ford? Well, apparently Ford knows that he means business. See, this is where the advantage is to becoming a businessman, because see, the Clinton administration under GAFTA, CAFTA, NAFTA, and the Bush administration done nothing about it except get us into a bunch of warrantless wars, and Obama just continue on the policies of his brothers, Bill Clinton and George W. Bush. And then he further impoverished the country by forcing another heavy taxation without representation, by giving us this stupid Obamacare, which I hope gets repealed and gets repealed very fast. But Ford is moving its division from Mexico back to Ohio. As a matter of fact, it says that Trump has hammered on the Ford nonstop while touring around the country before winning. Here is Trump's calling out of Ford directly. Of course, it's on here, and I'll include the link down below. The Rust Belt went with Trump on Election Day, and Ford is seeing that they need to adapt or die. The 7 states that manufactured the most cars are all supporting Trump: Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Alabama, Tennessee, and Missouri. After Trump threatened to push tariffs high as 35% on cars imported from Mexico, Ford released a statement that they agreed with Trump and that it is really important to unite the country, and we look forward to working together to support economic growth and jobs. Trump is winning a war already, and he isn't even president. He's the president-elect right now. Let's show Ford that we want their job. Let's show Ford that we want their jobs back. The people of this country have suffered enough. Now, you know what's amazing is that they made money hand over fist while we were being impoverished. And so far, it looks like that a lot of people are taking Donald Trump serious, regardless of the dog and pony show, the theater, and the circus. This is good news for the motor industry up there, because now these jobs that used to pay $25 and $30 an hour is coming back. And that's one way to stimulate the economy. And if he does this all the way across the board, that's when America can actually get back to producing something again. But we need to actually produce more, because if we're not producing anything, then we're not going to be viable on the world stage. And there's just all there's to it. When you go to other countries and seen other countries, you look at their infrastructure, you look at everything that's going on with other countries and stuff, they're light years ahead of us, especially industrialized countries like China and Japan. Man, I tell you, if you don't believe me, just go and Google China and Japan and see where they're at, and see what their roads, their cities, their towns, their rural areas look like compared to America. Man, we look like almost a dang death camp, a third world country. And it's bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. But it looks like things are already starting to turn around, and we're going to see. So, hey, get your cookie, get your cup of coffee, and let's go along for the ride and let's see what happens. I'm actually happy for the American people themselves, because, I mean, think about this. Some of the vehicles that are actually overseas we like. We used to produce them here. The companies kick the traces because of the high taxation, the laws that's going on in this country. Still got to pay a tax, but not as much as they have to pay these turnaround, these high wages and stuff. And let's just tell the truth. The automotive industry makes a lot of money, and they just simply are not building cars like they used to. I remember in the early 90s, I had a BMW 525. Man, that thing was a runner. It was a hardly ever had any problems, anything out of it. Well, I have some modern day BMW somewhere along in the mid 2000s, and those things, while excellent as far as, you know, when they're running fine, they're pieces of crap compared to the BMWs and the Mercedes of old. BMW Mercedes is nothing more than a Chevy or Ford now. Just with a higher price tag, same parts. They kept the emblem though. They kept the emblem. Well, anyway, let's go along for the ride. Let's see what else getting ready to take place. Things already taking place. Now let's go after Obamacare.